If you love houseplants as much as I do, and you hate winter as much as I do, then this is the video for you. I'm sharing amazingly beautiful houseplants to cheer up your winter blues. You're welcome. Bright colors, beautiful wintertime blooms, and indoor plants that are easy to care for. These houseplants are going to bring so much joy and happiness to your place during the winter months. I highly recommend all of them. Thanks for checking out this video. I'm Tyler. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, or better yet, you can subscribe to my channel. Of course, I'll be sharing all of the care tips you need to know for each and every one of the plants that I'm sharing with you today. These are Bromeliads, and they are incredibly tropical looking. They have these beautiful, bright blooms that can last for several months, and their leaves form these really interesting basin at the bottom of the plant, and I suggest that you, when you're watering them, you use this basin. The water will trickle down to the roots, and these are pretty easy to care for plants because they require little fertilizer. Bromeliads can grow anywhere from 8 inches all the way up to 3 feet high. They do require bright indirect light, and the soil does require constant moisture. However, these are the perfect plants to bring the tropics to your place during winter. This is a Anthurium, and they are such a great plant for the wintertime because they are easy to care for, and they have these beautiful, striking red flowers that you just cannot beat. They don't need any direct sunlight, and you're going to want to let the soil dry out before watering them, and you can fertilize them with a diluted fertilizer once monthly. Anthuriums can grow anywhere from 1 to 2 feet. They do great with bright indirect light, and you're going to want to give them good drainage. The Chirstmas Cactus has to be one of my personal favorites. This succulent has the most beautiful, showy blooms, and of course they bloom just during the winter months, and there's no better way to get rid of the winter blues. The Chirstmas Cactus can get quite large over time in width and volume. They do require bright indirect light, and you're going to want to keep the soil moist, evenly moist, but not too soggy. This is a Cyclamen, and they are the best bloom for the winter months. They come in a variety of colors. They come in bright pinks, bright reds, and purples. They do like a cool space, so keep these guys away from heaters. You're going to want to let the soil dry out before you water them again, and the Cyclamen does go dormant in the summer months, so you're going to need to wait until the following winter to see these beautiful blooms again. Cyclamens don't get much taller. They need bright indirect light, and you're going to want to make sure that you have good drainage for these plants. This is a Kalanchoe, and it's small, but it packs a big punch. These guys also come in a huge variety of colors: reds, pinks, orange, and yellows, and they will bloom day and night. It's a good idea to keep these plants in a cooler place, and to ensure that this plant continues to give you those amazing star-like blooms, you can pinch off or deadhead any of the dead flowers. The Kalanchoe stays pretty small. It needs bright indirect light, and you're going to want to make sure that it has good drainage. Poinsettias are obviously synonymous with the winter holidays. Now, these plants are beautifully colorful. However, they can be a little bit temperamental. They do not like the cold. Ideally, you're going to want to keep them in the 60 to 72 range. They do not like to be overwatered, and they don't need a lot of light. So in some sense, they're easy to care for, but if you don't know this information, it can get a little tricky. But I think it's definitely worth it for this bright pop of color that you can get. Poinsettias can get large. You're going to want to make sure that they are getting indirect light only, and you're going to want to make sure that the soil is drying out before you water it again. Hope you found this video useful. Miss you already. See you next Saturday.